hundreds of drones here as of 12:40 in the morning, 12:40 in the afternoon. Sorry, and it's very early morning in America. I understand. Right now, I know that we have people who here in Ukraine are trying to just get their week done, and it's quite intense. There's a lot of drones. Essentially, in my area, it's north of us. So we haven't had any activity where I'm at. It's also really murky, like as we'd say in Scottish, dreich. It's rather dreich, which is like, yeah, the big old rain. Trying to get a listing of if we have any idea of how many drones are in the air, but this is the whole point about Donald Trump's failure. Remember, I'm going to end this in 24. This will be the easiest thing. I've ended all these wars. That motherfucker needs to live in this for a long time. I guarantee you, if any of those shitbags were to have to live in this with those resources at their disposal, he'd stop kissing Putin's ass. All right, I've said this plenty of times when we do broadcasts. Um, I don't wake up in fear of dying from drones. I wake up fucking pissed off that sorry, I try to get my wallet in order here. Wake up pissed off that Donald Trump got on the phone again and kissed Putin's ass or some sort of crap that he can't handle. Good morning, Becky. Thanks for joining. Hi, Amy. Hi, Adam. And it's currently like 5 o'clock or 5:42 East Coast time, I think. So yeah, it's really early in America. I just got to watching some of the hearings with Kash Patel. Same thing, man. Like, just the pure contempt for their positions. You know how that system works, where you're not allowed to say what you think should really happen. But I mean, for fuck's sake, this is unconscionable that the world has come to a point where those guys have any sort of authority, any sort of position and power. For every fucker that voted for them, go fuck yourself. If you know someone who's still into that and hasn't dropped to their knees and begged for forgiveness, they can go fuck themselves too. They should have to live in this instead of Ukrainians. And it's going to go on throughout the day. I have the in fact, let me see if I can't send this graphic to my tablet. Where's my tablet? Right behind me. Um, let's see if we can get this so you can see that fucking apps that just don't you like apps that you start off with and the moment you open them they actually just fail? Isn't that weird? They fail upon and my tablet is a iPad Pro 2020, so it's not extremely old, but it's getting at the end of that. Hold on, now I have to have it load. Actually, I can do this. Hold on. I'm going to send this to my tablet in a different way. Going to go have lunch with a great filmmaker friend of mine and just conquer the day. He asked me if the drone swarm, makes me want to reset the time. I say I don't really set my time to fucking drones. He does me. I mean, if anything, it pisses me off. Yeah, that's an easy way to do it. I'll just send to him. Suka. Man, seriously as fuck with this fucking app shit failing. What the fuck, man? Two different ones. Is the moment you try to access them, they just die. Man, guys, fix it. I have a plan for saving our planet. It's basically to take all the tech bros that can't get shit right, put them in a van, send them to the front. They're zombie fodder, zombie food. Have no patience for people who can't fix shit. They want to keep adding. This is the drone swarm currently over the north of my area. Check that shit out. I mean, seriously, check that shit out. That's just in the north. You see that? You imagine waking up with that, you know? And drunk-ass Pete Hegseth doesn't know to call my peoples and say, we need people who are expert in drones. They don't have the backbone to do that, you know? They don't have the nuts to admit that this is the problem with macho bullshit, you know? This is the real core problem with macho fucking bullshit. That alpha male fucking bullshit gets people fucking killed because those guys don't go out and fight war. Captain Pete's never been in any of the shit that my Ukrainian. In fact, I've seen more war than Captain Pete ever fucking saw. Okay, so when I have friends here that have served who barely even fucking blink when it's time to deal with the Russians, um, that should tell us plenty. Also, let me see. I'll just go to our friend Julia. Hey, добрый день, Andrei. Andrew, good to see you. One of my favorite people in the whole world is here. He knows. Let's see. Man, I just fucking reboosted it. Hold on. Where's it at? Man, these things are so buggy. You ever notice that? And my tablet needs to be charged. Yeah, these things need to be reprogrammed. And we'll go to Julia's page. She's got it. Look at this. You see that? That's the current basically situation here. Aside, as our Arcadian says, clean your fingerprints off your tablet, please, Chris. I'm doing that right now. So that's where we're at right now. I'm working on just waiting for my friend to come by, and we're going to talk some film. I'll do my live stream later tonight with Jared about the starvation of U.S. troops on the USS Abraham Lincoln, and the fact that he mentioned this morning that Instagram took his video down announcing that story. He has over 2,000 videos he's posted, and he's never had them take them down until now. It's very strange. Today is 1,539 days of full-scale war, 4,465 days since the invasion began 12 years ago, over 12 years ago, and 1,493 for me. That means I'm about to be at 1,500 days of war I've lived through. I don't take vacations. In fact, remember I told you guys last night when we were live streaming that I have a Ukrainian friend that teaches English to Ukrainians, and there was like this. It's a cool little group, and we were playing a word game that I've actually played in Ukrainian. I totally sucked at it when it was in Ukrainian. But you make descriptions of the words you have, and hopefully everyone can guess it. And the word vacation came up, and I looked around and said, "I'm sorry, I don't know what this word means." They thought I was joking. I'm serious. I don't take vacations. Never taken a vacation in my entire life. I'm 56, never taken a vacation. Didn't say I didn't take time. Didn't say I didn't control my schedule. And I've been in control of my schedule for 27 years as an entrepreneur and business owner and basically independent human being that gets my own shit done. So that's where we're at right now. I want our friends, when I go live with these things, please align with where my principles are with this. It's not about me. It's about the people that are out here. We have children that should be in school. They're in shelters right now. We have people who should be doing the work in their lives. They're busy. Either some are just going on about their work because Ukrainians are very, strong and stoic. But let's see here. Pause. Thank you. And but this has got to stop. And the way you stop it is not sending Steve Witkoff to fucking Moscow. You have to destroy the Russian Federation, period. Dismantle the fucking thing. Make Moscow small again, right? That's the whole point, is they're not going to stop. This ceasefire, as we've been telling you, is designed to recalibrate their forces, to remarshal their resources, and kill more people. That's all they're doing. And he literally got on the phone with Trump and said, "Hey, can you get Zelensky to not attack my fucking parade?" And Zelensky allowed the parade. and said, we will respond. What was the phrase? Basically, we will respond in kind. There's actually a perfect word they used. Anyway, pound for pound, essentially. And if you don't think Ukrainians can do it, you're not paying attention. Now, my audience is really savvy. My audience knows better, but it is something that has gotten to the point where, like I told you about why I deleted the Twitter account, which I have reactivated. Never give up your territory, per se. But why do I? Someone asked me yesterday, well, why didn't you just just ignore it for a little bit? Because they will basically ban my account if I tell you what I really think should happen to people who attack Ukrainians on Twitter. Okay, I am not a nice guy about people attacking good people. If you attack good people, you should face the consequences at a proportion that stops at what I call plus one. Full retaliation plus one, meaning you hit me once, I'm gonna hit you one plus one. All right, make it stop. Teach the lesson. And those platforms are designed so that when you retaliate, when you go out and stand your ground for a Ukrainian or someone else, you're the one who pays the price. Your account goes down, not the other one. Your account goes down. I have a record of over 1,500 at least, but over 1,000 ISIS accounts that I eliminated, and I had a process, and I had a kill board. And then I did the same thing with neo-Nazi accounts during the 2017 onward, after post Charlottesville. And I love my fucking kill wall. I still have a kill wall. when some motherfucker comes up and starts playing a game, and you see on my Twitter timeline when I'm like, got another one. And it's partially because I have to absorb the punch. I have to not say what I really think should happen to certain people like Elon Musk, because again, it gets you banned. And I have a thing about some people like Kash Patel. When you're a chump talker and you go out and play Mr. Alpha game, and you want to be all the toughest guy in the military and all that crap Pete Hegseth says, and you want to disrespect people like Kash Patel, there should be consequences. And we live in this fucked up society where, in the ideal, I agree with the society standard about lack of violence, about retaliation, about being high ground, all that. But we are not in that world anymore. We are in a kind of a post-truthy dystopian reality that votes criminals into office in America, that supports criminals in Europe, right? I mean, it's a blessing that Viktor Orban is gone, but he's not the last Viktor Orban. He's just Viktor Orban who's gone now. When we have, like yesterday, Tucker Carlson brings on that absolute, and I'm going to watch my language because I respect some of my viewers. It's not because I don't think the word, it just went through my head, but Yuli Mendel going out and kissing up to Tucker Carlson, selling out Ukrainians for the grift, because that's what she is. She's a fucking grifter. And Tucker Carlson's grifter, head grifter, there should be consequences for these people, but we live in a world where all of us who have civility still baked in our bones, we have to act one way, while the people who attack other people, the people who destroy the civilization we have, there's no retaliation for them. There's no consequences for them. They're very limited. No kings, not enough. Okay. I mean, if you think back, July 14th, 1789, right? The storming of the Bastille. Essentially, we have ample evidence in history that the way you stop tyranny is you basically cut it off at the fucking stump. All right, ask the fucking Romanovs. There's so many areas where tyrants pay the price. Hitler's bunker moment. I want Putin to have a Hitler bunker moment. Get down there, suck that fucking bullet. Anyway, I'm pissed off right now. I'm going to be Mr. Nice Guy and go get my goddamn coffee. We have, again, tonight, 11 p.m. my time. It's going to be a real good conversation with Jared about the treatment of U.S. Soldiers. I may go back on live because this attack throughout the day is not going away anytime soon. The country is baked in and full. In fact, I'm still looking at more maps to see what they're doing, and we have drones all the way out to Lutsk and Rivne, which is in the far side of the west. My friend, it's in Lviv. There's a media summit out there. It's yeah, okay, exactly. There's more drones right there. Hold on. But I have a friend that's at a media event in Lviv, said everyone at the event is focused on talking about that. And so it's a big deal. And thank you for everyone who supports Ukraine, who supports the supposed civil world we believe we had, the civilized world. Remember when Gandhi said about Western civilization? He goes, "Show me some." Yeah, exactly. The normalization of Russians is why this is still happening. This is still happening because people want to have their oil deals. This is still happening because people still want their stupid fucking Russian operas. This is still happening because people want to see that Russian athletes can go compete like everyone else. This is still happening because people are still believing that Dostoevsky is a fucking worthwhile piece of shit to read. This is still happening because of the attempt to normalize and save the Russians. Don't save Ukrainians. That if you really want to help Russians, you have to defeat the Russian Federation. If you don't believe me, ask the Japanese. If you don't believe me, ask the Germans. That's how it is. Take care of yourself. Slava Ukraini, Героям слава, и пиздец Російській Федерації.